Hi everybody, Casey Zander here, and in today's video what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be telling you a story that actually happened to me yesterday, and this story has to deal with me witnessing female nature again in real life for the second time this year. And on top of that, I'm going to be explaining the female attraction floor and what that actually means. So I'm having a conversation with a girl, and she tells me that her past relationship, or her past boyfriend, she dumped him after they were together for 4 years. And of course I play into it. I'm like, oh, that's really sad. Did he cry? Right? Was he upset? Was he? So I'm starting to probe with questions a little bit and get a little bit deeper. But then we get to the why, okay? And this is where this woman described hypergamy to a T and didn't even realize it, okay? When I say why, okay, she goes, it's because I felt as if he just wasn't ambitious enough. I go, well, what do you mean by that? And she goes, well, he went to college, and he went to college to get his civil engineering degree, and then he became a civil engineer, and that's it. That's what he wanted to do for the rest of his life. I go, what do you mean that's it? I go, what if that's what he wanted to do? And she goes, well, that's just what he wanted to do. And I want a guy who's more ambitious. She goes, he just wanted to work his job, settle down, get married, and have kids. So the guy wanted to start a family. Here's what I can tell you. When I asked her, and I said, so you got rid of him just because he found his career path and that's what he wanted to do. That just wasn't good enough. She goes, yes. Now keep in mind for a second, we're not talking about a Victoria's Secret model. We're not talking about a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. Like, we're talking about a normal girl, like completely normal. Okay. I said to her, I go, did you feel bad for doing that? Did you feel bad when he cried? She goes, no. She goes, when I broke up with him, inside, like, it just felt right. Okay. So keep this in mind. The hypergamy was telling her that she deserved better, or she felt in her heart of hearts that she could do better. Okay, so keep this in mind. I go on to ask her, I say, so what are you doing right now? And she says, well, I'm really focused on my career. I'm really focused on corporate world. I was like, okay. I go, how do you like that? She's like, well, I'm caught between two different spots. Like, I know I need to pursue my career, but then also, like, my instincts tell me, like, it would be really nice maybe one day to have a kid and to have a family and settle down. So she goes on to say this, which leads me to believe that the guy that she got rid of would have been a viable option as she's ready, as she gets older. Okay, so keep in mind, oftentimes the men that women discard in their youth are oftentimes the suitable, viable fits for them later. However, since they already were discarded, all of a sudden the levers as to her attraction is going to start to change. So we start going deeper, and this is where the attraction floor part is so important. She goes, a lot of guys ask me to hang out, but they're quote-unquote deadbeats. These are her words, not mine. Deadbeats. I go, what do you mean by that? She goes, well, they just like sit around and they just like smoke and they just like play video games and they watch TV and like, no, it's just unattractive. She goes, like, I have standards. Okay, I have standards. That's what she tells me. So her attraction floor means that she does not want to settle for an average man. She only wants men who are higher above than her and going somewhere and ambitious. Okay? These were her words. So that attraction floor, I said to her, I go, so what you're telling me, right? I recite this back to her in her language. I go, so what you're telling me is you would rather be alone than settle for a man who you feel is not to that standard or above. She goes, yes, that's a great way of putting it. Think about that for a second. The woman would rather just be alone, not have anybody. Now keep in mind, the girl's 20, but these are her words, and this is how the wiring is. This is how she's thinking, and this is how she sees life. So here's the thing. When I asked what these standards are, well, he has to be ambitious, and he has to be career-oriented, and he has to be going somewhere, and he has to take care of himself. And I said to her, I go, so you understand that men like that are typically desired by lots of women. I go, does that worry you that there is now added competition when you start to compete for men of that status? Didn't have an answer for me. Because when you start to reverse it, all of a sudden they don't necessarily know what to say. So I want you to keep this in mind, because the female attraction floor, like, this is not a choice. It's not like she's choosing this. This is how she's hardwired. This is why it's even more important for you to make yourself a man of value in the first place. But to land this ship, I'm going somewhere with this. This plane or this ship, we're going to land it. And here's what we're landing it on, okay? If an average everyday chick, like we're talking extremely average, just normal, just like you and I, completely normal, if she is willing to have standards and she's willing to only desire XYZ type of individual, and she is willing to put a criteria on the type of guy that fits her, why is it that you are most likely not willing to have standards for the companions that enter into your life? Because if you look at how most men operate, they're happy to just get anything. Meanwhile, the qualifications and the qualification process and the application process for majority of the women today, for you to even get a date, you have to understand the screening from end to end. If you start to navigate like this, if you truly want to take power back into your own life for when it comes to your dating, you are going to have to start to qualify like that. You're going to have to actually see if you like the individual and if they have traits that you are wanting, regardless of beauty and regardless of looks. So with that said, that's my story. That is female hypergamy in a nutshell. They will disregard men at the drop of a hat in order to hopefully one day pursue a guy of higher valuable status and a valuable option. And yeah, it's hard for me to remember all the little subtle nuances in it, but I hope that you can take a lot of teaching points from this and a lot of learning points from this. Click the links below. Okay, we're running numerous promotions right now for the Masculinity Blueprint as we are shutting down enrollment when we hit 2,000 coming up for Q2, and that number is very, very close. Secondly, I have a one-to-one book a call coaching link down below. You can go down below, you can fill out an application. My brother Cole can hop on the phone with you and we can see if we're a good fit to work together. Stay up to date on this channel because throughout summer as well as throughout the fall, I'm bringing massive changes to the entire communities that we're building. I'm bringing changes to Headman Nation and I'm bringing changes to this channel. It's just a slow process and slow and steady wins the race. So hit the like button, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.